What's up, guys? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to talk about some very, very key levels to watch for in Tesla and the others. But just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total. Not to mention 8.1% APY on invested cash. This offer ends now at the end of March, so it's been extended for about 2.5 months. So this is a good piece of news. I'll be promoting this for longer now, thanks to this offer being extended. But anyways, let's talk about what's happening with Tesla and the others. So I just wanted to say that right now, okay, Tesla's in a very, very interesting place. We're technically on a downtrend. If you guys look at the last couple of months, Tesla's been making lower highs and lower lows. However, if you look at what happened recently, we saw Tesla dump quite a bit. Buyers, however, are trying to hold it above 380. So as soon as we hit 380, we saw some buyers defend it there. But then as we hit resistance, we were not able to crack past this resistance at 396. That's our 20 EMA. And this is also where this trend line happens to be. So Tesla's stuck in the middle, trading sideways in the 380s. So we have this resistance to watch for at 390 flat. If we hold above that, we're looking for an attempt to get back up towards 393. That's also where the gap support happened to be. And then also our support to watch for, that's going to be very critical, is very close towards this 384 area. If Tesla loses that, we're looking for a dip closer to about 380 flats. And if that fails us, we dump even more. So watch that 384 area support and 390 is resistance. We've been stuck between that range for quite some time. Tesla's showing some resilience compared to the markets, but I'll be watching to see if we can try to get back above this trend line to turn back up. Otherwise, we're just trading sideways for now. Now, why is this happening? What's going on with all of this and what news just came out? There's this news coming out that Tesla's starting 2025 with a recall of 240,000 EVs. Now, this is not entirely the truth once you look at the specific pieces of news involving this. So, the media is claiming that Tesla is going to be recalling many of their Model 3s, Model Ys, Model S's, and Model X's. However, what Tesla has claimed is that the large majority of these can be fixed with an over the air software update. But there are some of them in some special cases that may need some new computers. But for the most part, it's going to be fixed with an over the air software update. So, what was the issue that came out? So, the news has come out that they have some issues involving their rear view cameras, if anything. So that's is something that could be fixed with the software updates. However, it's also saying that some of the vehicles may need extensive repairs, including a visit to the Tesla service center. So this recall actually, to some extent, it is a recall. Some of these vehicles do need to actually go into the Tesla repair shops to get their computers fixed. However, the large majority of them, although the numbers are not officially out for me to give you specific details, but I just want to say the large majority of them are going to be fixed with the software updates. So is this a recall overall? Not necessarily, at least for the majority of these, are just going to be fixed with the over the air software updates. But for some of them, I don't know the full extent of the numbers. For some, it is like a recall because they have to go into the shops to get their computers fixed. So that's what I'm seeing, at least thus far. I don't think that this is a massive issue or anything like this. Tesla also identified about 887 warranty claims and about 68 field reports reported to their rear view camera that was been going on since like 2024. So I'm glad Tesla's trying to take action and kind of like offset some of these issues. However, like I said before, not the best of news for them. Hopefully, Tesla gets all of this dealt with as fast as possible. There's also this news right here. I did talk about this in my morning video about how Europe's largest pension fund has sold Tesla's stake over Elon Musk's pay. And also, they said that another reason could be Tesla's working conditions. So they mentioned that, at least according to different reports. I haven't really heard from them themselves. I haven't gotten too much information from them, so the information is very limited. Those are the main two reasons I'm seeing, at least thus far. Besides that, there's not much coming out, but don't forget we have PPI data coming out tomorrow morning. But for now, there's nothing else that's too crazy coming out on the news. So, what do I see for Tesla in the markets moving forward? When we go to our 30 minutes time frame, this is one of the most important time frames to look at. You can see Tesla dumped quite a bit and it came back up to fill this gap. Now it's trading sideways. It has resistance at 390. If we break that, we're looking for 393 as our target. And if we lose 387, we're looking for a move back down to 384 and then 380. So that's going to be the range right now. The main range is 384 to 390. As long as we're above 390, we could try to push more. I do see potential in this to try to push our way higher. So watch and see if that ends up being the case or not. I think that Tesla's showing some strength. So as long as we hold above 390, this could try to push a bit more for 393 and hopefully back up to about this resistance at 396. So I'm going to be watching 396, which is where we have this trend line of resistance. So please keep that in mind, guys. So far, Tesla's showing some life. On SPY, same setup. Now, we dumped quite a bit on SPY as we were talking about back down towards 575. And since hitting that SPY is getting defended right now, if SPY can try to break past 579, this is going to be easily pushing back up to about 580.61. And if that breaks, I think we easily go back up to 584. So keep that in mind. If we get back up of at least 580, we're looking for a big push. If we can't do that and we end up losing 577, we're looking for a dip back down to 575. So keep those levels in mind. For now, I think we're just trading sideways, but there is potential for us to try to bounce back above 580. I see potential in the chart, but for now, we're just trading sideways. So just keep that in mind. Nvda dumped quite a bit all the way down to 130, the level we called out, but then buyers came back and they're trying to defend it. If we could try to reclaim 133, we're going to be looking for a bounce back up to 135. If 133 does not get bought back up around, then we could be looking for a dump back down. I'm hoping we try to hold above 133, so look for a test coming very soon. If we break 133, we're looking for a bigger push, in my personal opinion. For Bitcoin, we have resistance around 92,000, not to mention 93,000. We have support to watch for around 91,500 and also at 90,800. Those are going to be your supports. As long as we're above 92,000, we're looking for that push back up to 93,000. So I see potential in this. So give this the time it needs. For ES, we're trading sideways in this range right now. So we have this resistance around 5840 and we have supported 5800 flat. So we're just going back and forth at least for the time being. So make sure you watch these levels very closely. I think there's a good chance we do continue to shuffle on ES. As long as we hold above 5800, we could be looking for a bounce to 5850 plus. So I see potential for this to bounce, but this is going to depend on if we could hold above 5800 at least. So I see potential in this. On NQ, same setup. We're just trading completely sideways. We have resistance at 20,800 and support at 20,700. Going back and forth for now. We could see that bounce for 20,800 plus if we get that break. So I'll be watching to see if that ends up coming or not. The QQQ is also trading sideways. We have resistance around 502. We have support around 500 going back and forth for now. As long as we hold 500, I could be looking for a rebound for 506. So I'll be watching that very closely. For now, we're just trading sideways. On Apple, we dumped quite a bit all the way down to 230. We're trying to base here. As long as we don't lose 230, we could be looking for a rebound for 233.5. If we lose 230, we could be dumping, but I'm going to be looking for a rebound attempt at least thus far. For the IWM Russell 2000, we are in a very, very critical place. We're trying to hold this 214 area to see if, buyers come back. If we lose 214, we're looking for a dump into like the 212s. And if we break past 216, I'm looking for a bounce for 218. So for now, we're shuffling, trading sideways. We still have this gap to fill, so I do think this could be bouncing for 216 soon. But for the most part, it's going to be shuffling a lot, so it's not going to be that fun to play. Coin, it dumped quite a bit all the way down to about 240. I was talking about how this had some downside potential, but I want to see if we can reclaim 250 later on to try to get back up to where this gap resistance is around 253. I would love to see us get back above 250. For now, we are just trading sideways between 240 and 250. Amazon, it dumped quite a bit. It's about 216. Now we're trying to hold support. So we're going to be looking at our 4-hour just for more confirmation. If you look at the 4-hour, we're trying to hold above. We came very close to our 200 EMA. So between 214.5 and 216, we have some strong supports. We could dip closer to that before it tries to bounce. And if we manage to reclaim 220, I'm looking for 222.5 plus as our target. I'll be watching to see if that ends up being the case. For now, we're going to likely shuffle between 216 and 218, going back and forth for now. There's still that risk of us coming down again before it tries to bounce, so just keep that in mind. 3 more tickers. We have Meta, which is trading sideways. We're going to be watching to see if 602 holds. If it doesn't hold, we're looking for essentially 600, then 594. With resistance at 608. I think we could be tipping closer to 600 before it tries to bounce to 608. So we're just trading sideways for now. So give that some time to develop. For Microsoft, we're on a big downtrend. Keep in mind, we have this support to watch for around this 412 area. If that fails us, then we're dumping to about 410. So I could be looking for a small dip on Microsoft. I'm seeing a weakness on this chart that could take us all the way down to about that 410 to 412 area. But then we should see a bounce from there. I think buyers will try to defend it. So we'll look for a little bit more downside before buyers defend. On Google, we came down exactly as predicted, back down to about 189. If that fails us, I could be looking for a dip all the way down to like 186. For now, buyers are trying to defend 190, and we have to hold that. If we hold this, we could try to bounce for 193. It depends on if 190 holds or not. If it doesn't hold, we're looking for a dip back down to like 186. I see weakness in Google for now, so just know that this could still dip. So just be very, very careful. With that being said, guys, the market still has some weakness, but simultaneously, it's trying to base. We're seeing buyers who are trying to defend. So if you look at Tesla, we're shuffling, we're trading sideways, but there are buyers who are trying to hold above 380 for now. So watch and see if 380 holds us. If it does not end up holding us, this will be dipping a bit. And if we end up breaking past at least 393, then 396, we're going to be bouncing. Otherwise, Tesla is just trading sideways in this range. The main supports to watch for are 384 to 380, and we have resistance at 390. We're just trading sideways for now, not really doing much, but there is potential for a bounce later on if we could break some key levels. So just keep that in mind. It's a sideways day for now, not really doing much, and we'll be waiting for some new catalysts, especially as we have PPI data coming out for tomorrow. Thank you all so much for listening. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys very soon in the next one, and peace out.